Let's get started. Streets of Rock and Roll's the album. Keel, The Devil May Care. Alright, today we're doing some Chaos Code. I've had this game in my library for the longest time. Never played it. Then I was like, well, the poll on my channel from months ago finally cracked over a three-way tie with fighters winning out. And most importantly, Apple sent me a video on Chaos Code out of pure coincidence, and so I thought, oh my god, I actually have this game. Let's play it. Hello, Alejandro, and hello, Stay in Class. Apple's not here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Phantom. Let's hit the... wait. So controller's on first before I boot the game up, or I won't pick it up. Finally found the adapter for my Wii U Pro controller. The Wii U Pro controller is probably my favorite controller of all time overall. If you just gave it the D-pad of the Thrustmaster, perfection. I know I'm a weirdo who likes my analogs on the top, but it doesn't feel bad. I mean, to be fair, I'll take practically anything that's not an Xbox controller. I rely way too much on the D-pad. Costco! Oh, bro, you gotta get the food court. Even if you don't eat it now, just get it for later. Oh, Foobie showed up. Hello, Foobsy. Well, it's a fighting game, so you know what that means. Any talk is fair game. I'll probably mention this when Crimson OS drops in, but yeah. The fact that Mai and Chun-Li are like the biggest talk about the fighting game community right now is kind of sad. It's just... we have this new amazing sequel to a legacy game. What's the best part? The two waifus are crossing over. As if they haven't been doing that since like the 90s. And of course, you know, in fan drawings and... but it's just nuts that now Chun-Li's technically a Street Fighter character as well as the Mark of the Wolves character. And then Mai's technically a Dead or Alive character. It feels so backwards. It feels so wrong. It would be like putting JoJo in fucking Persona as a crossover DLC, and then you see JoJo. Let's use Jotaro because that's, I think, the more fitting one. Use Jotaro, and then every time you see Jotaro, you see him listed as a fucking Persona character. It's like, I shouldn't be upset about this. But as far as for the sake of search engines, the fuck is Player One doing that? Player One playing my goddamn keyboard. Oh boy, well, let me have an Arxis. Ever getting a Hong Kong PSN account in this game? You had to make a Hong Kong account to get on the PS3? Oh yeah, Hong Kong got English support. Right. Let's go to the roster. I don't know anything. Hikaru, Kagari, Celia, Kulak-Sin or Kulak-Shin? This is the romanization. I have no idea. Cerberus, Vane, Celia II, Hermes. The name Hermes has been ruined by fucking Disney Hercules. I need more Thunderbolts! I need help! They've been captured! I've been captured! Let go of my wings! Cecilia. Oh, this is getting out of hand. Cecilia, then Cecilia. Oh god. Catherine. Totally not Jun the Swan. Bravo. Kate Dotsith. Rui. Lupinus. Probably Lupin the Third reference. And then Ray. This is like when you have cool designs, but you don't know what to name your character. Because this looks like we have Guile at home. We're picking this. Skills. Projectile. Let's do quarter circle up, because I'm going to remember that. I don't even know what the hell. Why can you just stack these things? I don't even know what the fuck the punch line is. No wonder this game didn't get popular. There's too many options for the FGC to be like, you gotta play this character one way, man. I'm just gonna pick the top one, pick the bottom one. I'm not even gonna run. Get to the chopper. Sprite art does not do hard justice. Bro, is Pete Grappler? Oh shit, I should have gone back for that. You have an eye to yourself? Bro, you can always lock yourself into your thoughts, your dreams. Spiral of insanity.
Phase 1. Go!
I have this thing in a very small window so you can barely see the command prompt. It's kind of funny. Oh god damn it, got that Xbox mapping home. You know the Xbox layout, right? X, Y, A, we use the reverse, so I have to go from right to left to go from left to right. Oh god, the audio compression, holy shit. I've heard like low bit MP3 is less crunchy and crispy than this. There is black metal that is less grating on the ears. Thankfully. But say it with me, folks, this would be the best movie engine since Capcom vs. SNK 2. Why am I saying 3? We're getting somewhere. I might need to remap this. I've heard of this game. Well, it's a tiny game, but Arxis that isn't a Persona game, so I'm not surprised. Also, it's also an Arxis game that's not Guilty Gear, so I'm not surprised. These are all confirmed like right before Excerpt, right? Let's get the hang of it. Oh no, I know it's slow because, again, I'm struggling to get right for the heavy. So it's me not getting the difference right. And I picked step instead of typical running. It was on the side. Yeah, a lot more fighters should do that. But the issue is that there's never gonna be a way for you to have like, all the moves on the map. I mean, the only other game I think that does it kind of right was actually Mortal Kombat. Because Mortal Kombat, what I liked about it is that you see how it says like a quarter circle left or Z motion to the right. With Mortal Kombat, starting with Mortal Kombat X, if you, let's say, switch stance like this, like a reverse direction, it would actually change the input, show you what you have to do in that standing formation, so you don't have to mirror it in your head. And if you are on PC, if you're a keyboard and mouse or PlayStation controller or Xbox, it will change the button inputs to match your exact controller. It's actually pretty cool. So like me who played Mortal Kombat X with a fight stick for some time, and after wonky ass remapping, it would just tell me just press the buttons and look at the little input, and I'm like, oh, I got this. Okay, so show the buttons actually do something. Raise the brawler. I don't know what the hell I'm playing for the taunt button. I think I put it, I tagged with button action. Okay, oh wait, is that a side step? Oh my god, the goddamn parry. Soundtrack is baller. I love that rave 90s, 2000s rave music. It was my life until I got really into rock music. All bands, including the rock side, you can thank the unholy cocktail that is Linkin Park and Green Day. Now it's like, what is it now? Immortal. Dream Theater. So I go to Back to the Future in IMAX with my parents tonight. Turns out that Tuesday.
Phase 3. Shake it out.
Just had indeed forgotten. Oh damn. And on my way 100% into the first Back to the Future game, forgetting the platinum. Yeah, I cannot platinum any fucking game. I just find myself getting sick of the little tiny thing where it's like, this isn't worth it. But let me see what he's doing. Let me try kicking more. I want to do some kicking. Yeah, topic, anything's fair game, you know. Other fighting games, drawing, music. We gotta go back, Marty. We gotta make sure that you don't become your own father, Marty. Game audio is too loud. Thank you for telling me. 1 second. Let me fix that quickly. Push it like 60. That's exactly the number. I was like, I don't think I've ever platinumed a game. I'll always find some weird thing where I could just never, like, get myself to complete the game. Like, weak punch, strong punch. Wait, weak punch, strong punch. Weak kick, strong kick. Ah, I see here. I don't see here. We're done. Yeah, I'm so sorry the game audio was too loud. Should have told me off the bat. I would have stopped the match and quit. I know I was in the zone, but I would have quit for you guys. Because I love you. Yeah, it's rave music. Doom, doom, doom. Yeah, I'm only ever cared to platinum. Yeah. I just think it's funny. I mean, not to make fun of you, but how there's two extremes of games. There's like, I will need to platinum because I paid for this game and I will get my money's worth versus... Hold up a second, I have it backwards, so now my freaking B buttons accept. Give me a second. Like my Y buttons accept. There we go. There's always whatever the hell your light punch is for to accept, as opposed to a dedicated accept button. Let's try Bravo. There are people like, I got a 100% this game to get my money's worth. And then there are people like, you know what? It's a visual novel. I got a bad end. There's a cutscene. It's a canon ending. Well, an acceptable ending. Ergo, I got an ending. Yeah, I only got 2 hours of gameplay, but I got an ending to the game, so I'm not going to touch that anymore. Funny how the range of gaming works. Like Hermes. She got glasses. I didn't even notice that. Scorching pleasure. A burning desire. Most trophies in games, trophies are fine when they're like kind of things you could do as a side challenge, but when your games have like a challenge mode, it's kind of a moot point. Hong Kong account, you said, Challenge run, yeah. That's the thing about it with games. You can play any way you want. Like that. Who's that one guy who was like, can you beat Resident Evil without running? And the other guy like, can you beat with only side-to-side motions and no forward movement? Crazy one I saw was like, can you beat this FNAF fan game with no cameras? No cameras in FNAF? Shit. The hot waifu? This isn't the hot one? Or you meant Mimi for me?
Phase 1. Showtime!
I'm totally not Kung Fu Man from Mugen mixed with Heihachi. Let's go. Oh yeah, we found our JoJo character. Fine with the food table. Oh my, I'm loving it. Double tap back. Oh. There we go. That's some nice stun action there. You put a demonic curse on his chef because the food sucks that fucking terrible. May your children be demons. Oh, there's a stun mechanic. I wasn't even aware of that. You broke through my table. I am so upset. I don't know how I feel about stun mechanics and fighting games. I'm kind of mixed on it. On one hand, it's great for punishing people who just want to abuse the shield to oblivion. But on the other hand, if you suck at the game, it's gonna feel worse when that eventually happen. Any Street Fighter 2 memory when you first played that shit? You thought, I'll shield my way, and then you get stunned and you get your ass handed to you even more. Probably lose the match during that shit. Ah, jeez. Come on. A waiter, bro. If he's a waiter, bro, he can just make food teleport out of his pockets. I love that. It's like, I'd like more dumplings. You can do it like his shirt pocket and pull like 5 of them. Like, oh, those are clean. Stop! I was on a fire, what happened? I'm blocking, yes. I have poor timing on that shit. She breaks through it. Light and dodge roll and Caleb. What's Arxis? That's impossible. I'll give it a shot. Well, old Iron Chef show, yeah. That show has tits?
Shake it out!
I know it's the tits. I thought you had to see it now. seems too far. So close to swimming the table on her ass. Her voice goes from like super duper low to like high shrieking in pain. It's like I don't think they knew what they wanted to character sound like. Come on, come on. Z motion backward. I'm terrible with Z motion in the translation. That's a grab, okay? Okay, I fucked up. I just ran into that straight up. That's my fault. Completely. Yeah, I should have shielded. Yeah. I'm pressing the shield down. Backing down. Is this supposed to block that? Or is it unblockable? Well, to be completely fair, I don't know what the fuck half this game does. This does seem like one of those games like that early French bread would make. Where it's like, we have cool concepts. But what about balancing? Forget balancing. We don't need balancing. They're just ideas. Figments of dreams. Quentin Wilson died today of lung cancer 68. Fighting issues are my weakness? I don't know how it works. That's the thing. If I pick, for example, I'm going to pick Catherine. Let's pick the Bunny Warcry and Love the Phantom. That sounds like a terribly dark love song. I'm gonna pick the step because if I play Bleach the Blade of Fate on the DS, I can have the step rather than the traditional run. I'm gonna pick Rui. We're gonna pick Rising Orbit. Regardless, no, that's Counter Crush. I'm gonna give her a run. I'm gonna see the difference between run and step and run. Let's fight for the kids. Let's go. Always the best design of fighters. It's more like you have like good designed women, and then there's like one or two that everybody goes goo goo gaga for, and the rest of the roster is just kind of there. Change back! Change back! I don't like this costume. Like, you see what I mean? Like, really looks good, but then mine? Oh, change with every... Yeah, this is very much a constant fighting game. Unless she's Catherine the cosplayer, in that case, I can completely forget it. So I don't know anything about the lore, what's going on, it's just quite impressive. I saw that. Okay, what? Oh shit, she's got arrows. What? Did I just fucking do a Tarzan and jump across the stage? You see how she runs normally? I'm a hop forward. Yeah, it's much more my speed. His moves would have some costume. Wait, that's a dude. Catherine's a dude. MK used to have hot ladies. They used to. Now it's like, what's a woman? Some fat here, some fat there. Face is round enough. Hey, Sarah typed in his, so I don't know what's going on. Shit, I can mess it. Yeah, every time I look at chat, my streak goes down. Not a fake fucking horse for a second, a pony on a stick. Oh, no, we had the Marilyn Monroe pose. Oh my god, this character has everything. Cancel the roster. This character is the roster. Fucking Morgan Devil Star. Oh my god, this just gets crazier by the second. This might be my favorite character, dude or not. Oh, we had to win with that one. We had to. Now it's a down hit. It's a down light. Yeah, she's probably a cosplayer if it isn't. Chick or dude, cosplayer. I couldn't hear the androgyny in the voice because it sounded like a voice actor that they will normally pick to do like the Kansai character. Each version is supposed to move by using both punch and kicks when doing the motion. So I have to press like down X and then double down. Oh god, it's gonna be my thumbs, man. I'm not gonna get fight stick. My thumbs gonna suffer. See, fighting game, anything a lady in command can do better. You can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, you can. So let's pick. Thing. I don't know how long this stream's gonna go for. It might be a shorter one, only because it's not isn't very big. Easy come, easy go. We're all gonna run this time.
俺が貴様を終わらせる。
Phase 1 Go!
そこま
Totally not Ryder from Fate. And totally not Kisuke from Guilty Gear. He's these colors at least.
行け。そこ そこ
Which one's Cthulhu's daughter? Which one?
終われ。
Wait. I see Grievous Madness. Give me a second. I'm trying to get punches ready. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can get the EXM influence. Oh! Damn it! I thought I was gonna break through and get him. Shit! Light punch be the default color? Yeah, although the Y button's not. Top left.
Phase 2 Showtime!
しっかり。そこまで。
Jesus is canon to this game. You heard him say the name. So when is Jesus a fighter in this game? Hello, welcome.
見えまい。そこまで無駄だ。終われ。無駄だ。
Well, I just realized the shoulder buttons are like macros for like the input presses you were mentioning earlier. So I could just memorize the macro button and just tap that and press it.
俺を終わらせるには足りなかった。
Enough already. How long am I gonna keep carrying on like this? Oh my god. First 2 days off from work.
Phase 3 Showtime!
Don't ask me about what the hell's going on. I'm just pressing buttons I think are working, but I can't explain the flying fish. That's out of my league. Out of my league. I don't get paid for this. Ah shit. Get down.
終われ。
Wish. Part of me wishes there was like a clash counter system if like 2 swords hit, but I understand it's not viable considering like every character isn't a swordsman. But it would be funny. Like if 2 bullets kept shooting each other, like fucking the JoJo game by Sega, you can just like press button to do the punching until one character gives out.
ここで終わるのが貴様の寿命だったんだ。
Actually won, I'm surprised. Now they don't pick swordsman, but maybe he's my main in this game. Okay, so far I'm vibing with Vayne and the world's best cross-dresser. Ouchie! Dante versus Virgil at home. I mean, when you started the fucking stream with the song "The Devil May Care," we were already on a good start. I don't think you can get any of these girls to look like a lady because I'm not sure what the color schemes are even. Like to get like what color is what. Let me try Hermes. Let's see if we can get. Can I go back? I can't go back. Well, the annoying, you cannot undo those characters. Hold on right trigger to get the special color. Okay. My own special attack, dynamic megaton, ... special attack. Daddy surprise me. We need to see this. We need to see it. Can't be that bad, can it? Nah, cause even in long games like Tatsunoko, it didn't let you do that. Like you were just kind of fucked. Will it just stream Back to the Future game in the future? Maybe.
Phase 1 Showtime!
Yeah, well, to be fair, you always suggest movie license games, but to be fair, Telltale games are actually on the better side of movie license. It's more so just that what's the word? I'm not saying no. There's something about it to that one. You know how sometimes the Telltale games, the pacing isn't exactly the best, you have to figure out what to do next, kind of the point. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be as bad as it, but you know, you're also someone who's like 100% in the game, so you can be like, hey guys, try this, and I'm afraid that, you know, I'm gonna miss something cool in the game. It's not like Harvester, where I know that game pretty damn well. I can show a lot of cool things, but yeah, you know, I can do it in the future for sure. Yeah, probably it could be a December kind of thing, or later in November. Kingston is the Ice Climbers, I think. There's a hot chick. She won't end up distracted. He can't be distracted. His sister's there, because if he gets distracted, his sister will kill him.
Fight!
And I mean like this is no time for love, Dr. Jones. Not the look at me, I'm right here. All these anime games. There you go. Wait, did the fucking be have an afro? I was playing that whoo afterwards. Grail's just from Black Butler. Black Butler's a name I haven't heard in ages, bro. Because I remember it was Black Butler was kind of cool, and then season 2 came out after the whole Twilight hype, and I'm like, the fandom's changed for the worse. I can't even be like, yeah, it's kind of neat. Now it's like, nah, that's lady shit. Because the moment you say you like that crap, they got the fucking printed pictures of Yaoi Alpha leaving them in a goddamn binder, ready to show you. Like, I love Black Butler. Boof! Drop the fucking 200 printed page tome. It's like, bro, why do you have this? Why did you bring it to school? I don't need this. Why? Why? Oh right, you're gonna be in Europe. Shit. Ah no. Yeah, probably January then, if not this month. It's just that next week I have something else to fucking do, and that's work related too. I can't get out of it. Yeah, this weekends this month are just busy. If I'm not visiting friends, it's other things going on. This month is just my busy month. Part of the fan really freak you out? Well, it's a gothic horror. It's gonna organically happen, whether they be crazy chicks or not. It's like, I love Dragon. He's a great villain. I said he's a great villain. He can smell like, nah. He's not a villain. He's a hero in this household. Give me a run. Let's try Kadari. Victorian Gothic Titanic? Yep. Yeah, it was a big anime that came out in the early 2000s. It was around the time when Gurren Lagann and Naruto were on top of the world. Rave Master was a thing. But remember, in America, only the shonen got big. This was a shoujo. If you weren't a Sailor Moon kind of shoujo, or cute like Chibi Hamtaro, you didn't get picked up in the West. Sebastian is probably the character you're thinking of from fucking Butler. You can't remember.
One, go!
Swoopy hair, hard to the side, pointed face. I think Triple X Hollywood was popular around that time. At least in the West. I know they had the movie for Triple X Hollywood last year. Yeah, Black Butler was one of those anime also, unlike a lot of other ones, like Digimon and shit. It was, I thought it was Tagari for a second. It was very much a really, you were into it or not kind of anime. Yeah, even more than a lot of other shit like Dragon Ball. This was very divisive off the bat. It wasn't even, again, not controversial. Just divisive by its very fucking nature. Oh shit, you're getting close. You're close. Fuck you. If you weren't into Death Note, it was Black Belt, yeah. Although there was a very small overlap with the two fandoms. Yeah, so Sebastian was basically the poster boy for a lot of anime girls. Even the girls I know who didn't even like Black Belt, who actually liked the Sebastian design. And they were just like, did Sebastian Bennett had his own show? Just like slice of life, just him doing manly men things. I'm gonna switch that. You try to relearn things? Oh, that's bro. Yeah, I think the fact that every character like operates like a joke character on crack cocaine and I can't seem to figure out half the logic. Because it's a joke character, there's no logic like a missile came out of her goddamn pants. Like I can't figure out that logic. With Chun-Li, you can operate like this, you know, there's a logic to the punch and the kick. Here it's like, wanted to see something pointing? I mean, for most 2000 girls, that would be Sebastian. Because what's available at the time. The 90s scene was very different because, again, it was much more fractured, much more niche. So it's kind of tough because, you know, if you go back old enough, a lot of people thought, what's his name from City Hunter was like the top tier as Bondo because, you know, he's got like the smooth detective charisma, he's playful, he's flirty, he also knows when to do business, he got his sleeves rolled up, ready to work. And even caught him off guard, he could always bounce back. But yeah, that anime's been so popular, it had like an adaptation, like film like every decade. Even Korea and China had their own version of City Hunter. I forget who the Korean version had last decade, but the Chinese version legit just used Jackie Chan. That's a popular character is. I forget his name, I feel so terrible. And I was reading it too. That's the worst part. It's probably something really common like Satoshi where I just forget that shit. Goku was never really a ladies' man. Because in the original Dragon Ball, Goku was a little kid. Like, he was only like a grown up in like the last arc with Piccolo, really. Yeah. Goku being a macho man, also he became focused on fighting. Like, Vegeta is more now of a ladies' man than Goku is. And even then, from Dragon Ball, it's usually Trunks who's the ladies' man. Because he got all like the badass bravado of Vegeta. He's got, you know, the intelligence of Bulma. He's got the goddamn pretty hair boy with a long look too, and he's got the goddamn sword. What's not to like? And plus, you know, because his mom Bulma, he gets the fucking like the time bike and everything. And the motorcycle he always would ride in the future part. That was just, it's basically Kyle Reese mixed with the Super Saiyan if you think about it. And Kyle Reese could get some ladies. I'm not just saying that because of Sarah Connor. Trying to put the two C's together, Syphilia versus the Black Goat Sabbath. Is this the one? Is this, yeah, Cthulhu. I see the CT right there. So it's Cthulia? Not. Oh god, I can't even pronounce that. Or Celia. Me Mark 2. She was here a second ago. I'm blind. I'm looking at the character on the right and not the actual map. I love the Robot Inuyasha skit. Oh, bro, Inuyasha was the other ladies' man before, because it was, at the time, late 90s, early 2000s, it was Inuyasha, Sebastian, for some reason, like, Hiei, or what's his name, I forget the fox guy, with the rose whip from Yu Yu Hakusho, those two were tied. Yeah, those were the big ones back in the day. There's one more I'm forgetting, but if I think of it hard enough, I'll remember. Because I think there was one that got pretty big, and then as soon as he got big, he got changed out for somebody else. I am trying my damnedest to remember this shit. So I'm trying to think more of just that popular Toonami block, you know? That's the hard part. I don't think it's Naraku. The father being the weak father. Yeah, Kurama. Okay, Kurama. Kurama Kuwabara. Yeah. Kurama was the one that everyone like. Hiei and Kurama. But to be fair, Hiei was the one that started the whole emo broody boy shit that Sasuke and Naruto wanted taken from. He was patient zero with that shit.
Shake it out.
But Kurama was the one I'm like, okay, I can respect him more than fucking Hiei. Personally. He's a more fun character overall. More ungodly, beautiful. But still cool. The lead of Bleach, Ichigo? Ichigo kind of was until Byakuya showed up. That's what it is, yeah. Ichigo was a pretty boy, and then Byakuya showed up, Rukia's older brother. And the two of them kind of held it side by side, always rotating. But the more the show went on, the more it turned into Ichigo being it. Because Byakuya one up to being like cameo role. And you kind of think of like the inverse of Rangiku, where Rangiku kind of had some small parts. And are popular just because her design was that good, as opposed to Rukia, you know, who was kind of low, and then the more she had a role in the series, the bigger her personality got, and she was already pretty big from the get-go.
Fight.
And Zoro from One Bleach, I think Zoro has actually recently been overpassed by Sanji, actually. Wait, a daughter list? Wait, who is this he? Oh no, I can see that. I can see that daughter list, bro. Because there are some fan fictions out there where it's like reader with a character with a child character, but it's more like the character acts like a loving mother to the original child OC. It's not some weird romance shit. It's like, oh, we found this little kid lost in the woods. We're taking him in, and becomes an amazing guardian for that shit. I mean, it's a lot of IP to that shit, and the shit they will do to bend them backwards to make that thing work is hilarious. Because I get it. It's the easiest way to fix a girl in an anime without actually fixing them. You haven't heard of this shit because it's really, really fucking niche. Because what do you think? Who do you think is going to be more likely to commission you if you're a writer for fanfiction, which exists? You as a self-insert character, or blank space with your favorite anime waifu, or I want my favorite anime waifu to essentially soft adopt the child and show that she's an amazing mother. It's a I know a couple people who've been into that shit over the years. So it's nothing new. In fact, I was more exposed to that before I was exposed to the horror that are the Sonic personas. Your name here, the Hedgehog, already exists. It's too late. What can I pick? It's gonna be interesting to fight. Let's fight against pick the main guy. Let's do it. A Sun tier list for anime fans? Where the hell were you with the Boku no Hero Academia fan? And I'm like, you never heard the crazy women fans go and say, oh my god, Deku and Basugo, they're my children. I'm like, yeah, that shit fucking exists, bro. That's like the most recent like mainstream example I can think of. Like the only mainstream example I can think of where the fandom, one degree or another, has a sect like that. S-A-C-T. Crunching, let's go. Would you like to be a teenage girl Persona 4? I never played it. What do you mean you don't know she's a teenage girl? What are you asking us for? Nobody played Persona 4. Nobody played Persona 5. But it's the best fucking game ever. And you can't say otherwise. And, wait. The father or her dad? Yeah, but the thing with Persona is the same shit that most horror movies do. You know how, like, they're all in high school, they're all 18 kind of shit. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because if the character design doesn't look 18 to most people, they won't give a shit about it. That's ultimately why I don't care about that debate. Did you make a character that's... Because again, I live here in Japan, and I've seen women in their 40s that are like 4'10". The same height as... No, Mary Rose is 4'11", I think, in their life. So they're shorter than Mary Rose in real life. They had that old school Japanese diet. They had no boobs, no butt. But they're real people. Yet they'll argue, you know. But they can't exist. Inversely, you had the whole Uzaki-chan, where she's clearly, you know, developed, and they gave her crap. Even the Kaoru Shibuya, who's been an adult actress for years, has that exact build in real life. So that's why I don't really care about the debate, because it's just some bullcrap. You have people that say, oh my god, she only has fans because the people who want her are, want a certain kind of person, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But then it's like, but if that's the argument you're gonna make, then you're making that argument irregardless of age. So is the age the real argument or what? And you realize a lot of these people are either defending worse shit in real life, or they're just jealous of competition. And that's what happens, unfortunately, when you're a lady. You'll have your prime, and then you don't age well. Very few women age well. Not everyone gets to be fucking Elizabeth Taylor. Or, Selma Hayek. Very few people get to age very damn well. I mean... In the end, there was that one strange TikTok somebody sent me where the daughter was like 22, and then she said the mom was like in her 50s, and they looked exactly the same, like youth and everything. I'm like, what kind of sorcery is this shit? But I guarantee you, if women in their 50s could look as good as they did in their 20s, I guarantee they wouldn't be making that comparison because they wouldn't feel threatened by a 50-year-old. Let's take it from the ice potato girl. Cool. What are you gonna start in it? It's almost 23 playing 17 back in the future. Exactly.
Shake it out.
And that's the hard part, because it's like, if that's the case, you gotta use... Like, it stops being about acting, starts being about being, and it gets really, really weird, and it's just a whole mess that will devolve faster, because everyone will pick camping really fast. It's one of those things you can't have a solution, because there's no right answer, but there's a million fucking wrong answers, you know what I mean? It's like asking me, what makes $1 million for a comic book? Spider-Man on paper sounds retarded, but it's the most popular comic book in the West besides Batman. There's no right answers, but there's a fuck to the wrong answers. And it's only right answer if you succeed. Naruto is for kanji only. Agreed. Naruto's the best one. Wendy or yeah, that's the thing. Like 1996 in the show. It's like, well, in real life, it would be this case. Exactly. Where do you draw the line between reality and fiction? It's just the whole. That's the whole art debate, really. Where do you draw the line between reality and fiction? Everyone's got different points for different things. Sexuality is one thing, and the blood and gore might be another. How about a dog breaking your neck? You know what I mean? For some people, there are people I know who almost turned off John Wick when they saw the fucking dog die because they thought this is just fucking cruel. But when they found out it was a revenge film, they came back and were like, yeah, we're giving the film a chance. It's fiction. That's the hard part. It's fiction. It's a big mess. You can't justify it really, no matter what. Because just remember, there are real life women in their 20s. Who was that actress that came out? Who was that actress recently that talking about she was getting married and she was happy to be married with a baby on the way and she was like 25, and then everyone was on the internet was trying to shame her because she's quote unquote still a child. It was like she's 25. She's old enough to decide she wants to be married or not. Why are you shaming her for being a 25-year-old lady, 25-year-old lady, yet you're still calling her a kid? So if her having kids and a family is wrong, she's a kid, but that she was not married and she was, you know, pursuing an adult career, that would have been fine. But yeah, the argument clearly isn't the age thing, it's a goddamn smokescreen. Let's be Diet Alucard, okay? Hopefully we get the regular skin. Atonement and surrender. I think it's step. You know how to jump through hoops, she isn't real. And that's the thing about it. It ultimately isn't real at the end of the day. Because as long as you can separate, to me at least, if you can separate fiction from reality, there isn't a problem. The only people who have that issue are people who have been trained over time to not separate the two, or people who just naturally have a difficulty with the two. Because if fiction is supposed to be a reality 100% of the time, then you can lock up horror films for being snuff films, which No one has a problem with Dracula. No one's got a problem with fucking Jason Voorhees. No one's got a problem with that. Oh, okay, they kind of do. That's why they have to make Jason kill murderers on occasion. They have to make Chucky kind of funny. Or Freddy Krueger hilarious. Because they have to low-key by that. Because that's why Maniac Cop, I always talk about it. It's a horror film, again, where the guy is the evil cop who will help criminals do the worst things ever. And that movie never got a big following because that movie bled into needlessly cruel. But that's the point of the character. It commits to being, like, what if evil wasn't, like, you know, kind of likable, but just existed on amplifying evil, but not quite the Antichrist thing. Oh yeah, baby, we got tan, sexy washboard Alucard at home. Isn't this just the guy from Fate at this point with orange hair like that? Your original, no, the fake hair has brown hair, never mind. Oh, shit. I'm gonna kick your ass, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't say tourists. I would not say tourists. I think it goes past that, personally. It's the belief, does fiction have to necessitate morality at all? I mean, the best example is compare any cartoon that's come out like in the past 10 years to something like Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Billy and Mandy, shit just happens and it's fun. Like maybe any other cartoon where they go and meet, you know, Grandfather Time and then Billy shakes up the clock, you know? And they turn this kid into an old man and he winds up just literally, he kills everyone in that cast by accident. He turns everyone's hourglass upside down, including Grimm's. And they all just die by being Benjamin Button to death. And when it hits zero, they just fade from existence. That's hilarious, but it's dark as shit. You can't do that in kids' cartoons. Just fiction state reality, and what parts of reality are too much for you? Everyone's got limits. For some people, again, like horror films, you can't. More times than not, you can't kill kids. It's an unspoken societal norm that kids are off limits in these kind of things. But then you have horror films like, what was it called, like Cooties or something like that? It's a horror film where teachers walk into school and all the kids are infected, so they have to kill the kids to get out. And this dark phase of dark horror comedy. What are you capable of at the end of the day? That's what it is. But I think it's a belief that once you get people to get rid of that notion that fiction has to necessitate morality, a lot of this conversation is going to just not be a problem anymore. Oh shit, it took so long, the goddamn is going to loop again. Stop! No! God damn, I totally didn't want to go to Iraq. Pray you don't love a new Predator movie or racist or something like that. Exactly. That's why they think that morals and messages shoved in films make them good. Because they believe that fiction and morality have to be one and the same. Plenty of kid films like RoboCop and Alien Projects, that is true. That is true. The second cartoon was actually pretty solid. Again, PG-13 can work, but you have to be really fucking good at it. It has to be a film that organically, as is, would be PG-13 and not neutered. Like Expendables 3. Expendables 3 was not... It's not the best one, to be fair, I like 2 a lot more. But it's still a good Expendables film. But when they made it, it got a PG-13 off the bat. I don't believe they told them that they had to censor it or water it down to get PG-13. It just naturally got a PG-13 because, you know, the fights weren't as crazy as the second one. But to be fair, they used all their best ideas in the second film. Press left on Hikaru. So I have to press left and... Ah, okay. Let's try that. Let me see if someone else has another move like that. Let's try, see if Rui has it. Oh, fuck, I fucked. I fucked up. No. Yeah, select, it's... Nope. Yeah. I think it's okay that your first RoboCop film was 2014. Because RoboCop 3 exists. If RoboCop 3 was my first RoboCop film, I would have said, fuck RoboCop. Like, RoboCop 3 isn't good. RoboCop 3 was PG-13 for the same reason that Batman and Robin was PG-13. Toy commercial first, IP movie second. That's why all the designs are cool, but it sucks major ass. And when the cartoon was, the second one was better than the fucking third film. But on the bright side, though, if you like robot designs, RoboCop 3 is better. If you want darker satire, 1 and 2 are way better. And personally, I'm a weirdo who has started a lot of times with the worst entry. Like my first Devil May Cry game was Devil May Cry 2. And I still got through that piece of shit. And I was like, you know what? Oh, the other game's better. Tried a bit of 3. I'm like, okay, we're getting into this. Yeah, the RoboCop game essentially is like Ghostbusters, the video game, where it's the true 3. It's a little short, but it's true. Rogue City. I mean, they got Peter Weller to come back for fuck's sake.
1. Shake it out.
The reason why RoboCop, however, 2014 doesn't work, it's not that it's PG-13 on its own, but it's body pillow on the floor. I just saw that. But rather, why it's PG-13. It's PG-13 because, unfortunately, they changed everything that made the original one so effective. Like, in the old one, he got shotgunned to death, and it was so violent they had a director's cut of that scene and a theatrical cut of that scene. How fucked up and how gory it was. I'm sorry, the director's cut one is better. Well, no, he just gets Irish carbide. In the old RoboCop, he's a cop, you know, straight up, with his humanity completely removed. Like, the part where he wakes up and they're like, I don't care if it works, get rid of that arm. But in the new RoboCop, he's allowed to keep that arm. The old RoboCop, he's a pure machine, there's no wife, no kids, but in the reboot, they're there by his son. So you took away all that heavy-hitting emotional off that was important for RoboCop to actually, you know, regain his humanity. He still comes from the get-go. But that's kind of a symptom of just contemporary writing with immorality, where good characters have to be good all the time and they can't face struggles. It's why the last Airbender version of Sagas is so fucking terrible. The Netflix one. Because he doesn't have that thing with, where he's an asshole, you know, saying women can't do shit. As a blanket statement, because he grew up in a village of all old women who couldn't do shit. So when he's the Kyoshin Warriors, he gets humble in that, and that's why the Kyoshin Warriors, they train him. Because he admits his ways, apologizes to them specifically, because they are more competent of a warrior than he is, because they were trained by, you know, the descendants and lineage of Avatar Kyoshi, and he becomes a great military leader because of it, and even gets one of the girls. I think she's the second in command, Suki. I think she's second in command. I don't think she's the head Kyoshi warrior. The point is, he goes from seeing the women can't fight to a female warrior legion train him of the female avatar, and then gets one of them as a weapon. But in the Netflix version, they got rid of that completely. But then, well, if you get rid of that, how is he supposed to grow as a character? How can you talk about character growth if you remove all reason for them to grow? That's the thing. Flavor Team was kind of, I would say it's condescending the same way the Ghost in the Shell reboot was condescending. It tries to spell a message for you and even just says it straight up without trusting the audience to think. So as a fun action film, it's not the worst in the world, but it's definitely not the brilliant satire the first film. But then again, RoboCop 2, as good as that one is, couldn't top the same brilliant satire the first one did. The first one just went straight for the jugular. To the prequel, we ran out of money, the quality decreased. Well, to be fair, a lot of shitty prequels are direct-to-video, like the Little Mermaid one. All the Star Trek prequels have been R-rated, that is correct. But to the film up with the prequel, if you watch episode 1 again, try to get the original cut. Because there was actually a version that showed the original version with the 1990s film grain from the original 35mm print, and the CGI is a lot less noticeable. I mean, it looks more as part of the world as opposed to CGI because of the film grain. But when they did the DVD and Blu-ray re-releases, they stupidly removed the film grain. People forget about, you know, older films, that film grain was important to characteristics. Like, it's as important to the film as black and white is to noir films. Or how, you know, having, you know, that crazy unclear vision in Texas Chainsaw and other grindhouse and splatterhouse films. Film texture is a very important part of film rendering. So when you remove it, the CGI looked worse. So people were like, oh, the CGI looked terrible. But when I see the original 35mm with the film grain, it's... No, I understand why the film was so revolutionary in CG. And there's more practical sets. Shit, wrong character. Okay, who cares? And there's more practical sets in episode 1 than there were in episode 6, surprisingly. But, you know, when you're known for, you know, being this big-ass tyrant of film development, you have to show you're as innovative as your predecessors, and that's not an easy task to do. I would say bring back numbering sequels and do subtitles. Because I think that's just fine. It's like, here's what's the most important thing. If you really need a synopsis of this movie, do it, you know? Yeah, again, subtitles are fine as long as you have the fucking number next to them. Not one or the other.
Phase 1. Shake it out.
Yeah. Like, be creative with them, you know? Like, this game is Chaos Code, new sign of Catastrophe. Like, that's interesting. You're like, oh, what's causing this catastrophe? That's when you play a story mode or game mode, you know? 2. Wrath of Khan. What was it? Pirates of the Caribbean 4 at World's End, but they didn't have the numbering, unfortunately. And that's typically, yeah, the blank of blank. It's typically how it works, you know what I mean? Unless you want to be like fucking Birdman, which had a long ass movie title. I'll look it up after this. Because there's always going to be conventions that you follow. And that's why, unfortunately, you get shit after them. Because conventions exist over time because they work or they're reliable, and there are people who just blindly copy them because they work, but don't know how they work. It's like if, how Japan has cinnamon rolls at 7-Eleven. They're god-awful. Because they look like they're not cinnamon rolls. They're like soft bread that looks like cinnamon rolls. They're trying to make something, but you only have the fucking picture, but not the recipe.
Phase 2. Showtime.
I wouldn't be surprised if the blank of blank got really popular with Star Wars, you know. Next one called Chaos Code Nemesis Experiment. There we go. Or like Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Yeah. Yeah, because it's hard to give a subtitle that actually isn't a full proper sentence without going to the blank of blank. Because blank of blank is 2 words of article and it tells you all you need to know right off the bat. Remember, titles used to be sentences sometimes, and they only came back as a fucking in-joke for isekai, which now goddamn entire scrolls of shit. Found the 8th made that way? Really? Okay, I was not aware of that. I was assuming in the modern, contemporary sense, not necessarily. Beneath the Plenty. Let me see what the fuck that subtitle was for fucking Birdman. That shit was long as fuck. It was a long ass one, like. 1 second here. Please give me the movie. I don't need a rapper. I don't need a rapper. Beneath, Escape from Conquest and Battle. But you see how that at least makes sense in a timeline? Beneath, so you're hidden. What happens when you're beneath something? You gotta escape from it. When you escape, you can conquer. And when you conquer, you can battle. Yeah, okay, Birdman, or the unexpected virtue of ignorance. Well, let me see what the longest movie title is. And I mean like one that's actually a fucking title and not some one gigantic long ass run on sentence like 17 words like mushed together to one long fucking word. What was the one with Dr. Strangelove and the atomic bomb and not worry about it or some shit like that? Oh, there was the Chinese movie The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. Oh. Or The Fog of War, 11 Lessons of Life of Robert S. McNamara. Yeah, Dr. Strange, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Yeah, because you could do something like that, but that convention has been slowly phased out over time. There's been in their Flying Machine is a glorious long-ass title. Yep. Or Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for the Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. Yeah, or I flew to London to Paris in 25 hours and 11 minutes. Okay, so this is the longest one I found here. This is a goddamn fucking joke title, to be completely fucking fair. Night of the Day of the Dawn of the Son of the Bride of the Return of the Revenge of the Terror of the Attack of the Evil Mutant Hellbound Flesh-Eating Subhumanoid Zombified Living Dead Part 2, in shocking 3D from 1991. 40 words. Let me play it on these for once. Alright, trigger 2. John T. Jalopy with a follow-up. If someone's Monte Carlo or bust. But yeah, it's just like writing books and comics or conventions that get phased out over time because they're no longer popular, no longer viable. Like you cannot write Les Miserables today because the book is like, you could have told me that book was written in Greek originally, like ancient Greek. I would have believed you because that book is like. This chapter's about a street. The street's a metaphor for the uprising of the people. Like, nobody wants to read a fucking chapter-long metaphor anymore. But you could get away with that back when that book was written. Back then, comics used to be like a whole, like you had a small section of a comic book to yourself. But ever since, Superman and Popeye first, since Superman got popular, you were expected to carry an entire comic issue all by yourself. Final regulatory for long-ass names. Part of it's a translation thing, because it's just shorter in Japanese, but boom. Ever since the fucking isekai shit blew up, the long title came back as a joke and then kind of came back unironically past the point. So the old conventional long ass title is back.
One. Shake it out.
But I mean, I'll say this, whatever your title is, it just has to be what's best for your work. If you need a sentence telling you about your work, then do it. But if you can tell me in a word what your thing is, do it in a word. It's not about less is more or more is more. It's about the word economy. Are you getting the most amount of audio words for the number of words you use? Because Dr. Strangelove is also title. Also the subtitle is Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. That's also an interesting thing. Also an interesting title. But that Living Dead title, yeah, or Borat, for example, the Make Good for the Marvel Cultural from Great Nation Kazakhstan. You didn't really need that subtitle. That's totally a joke. But Borat works just fine. Mao says it's a mad world. Stanley Crane want to add a troll, add more map for the hell of it. Lol. Well, his girlfriend a Doom Harbinger to the moon and have bunny ears. It's a little on the nose, but I can kind of see that working out. So at the same time, I do think it's laziness because that convention is so easy, so popular. Why make a real title that's gripping when you can just comment your premise off the bat? It doubles as a fucking sales pitch. Like From Dusk Till Dawn, it's a great film, but without the poster, you don't know anything. From Dusk Till Dawn, it doesn't tell you anything. You just know that the knight's involved. See, the poster makes a lot more sense. So you're marketing it on the story by itself, or marketing it on the package. Come on. Okay, she's crouching, she's not letting me walk away. So there is a lock on how far away she's from. Okay, so no. Fuck, She got me good. Yeah, but at this point, it's mostly just an in-joke. Most times it's an in-joke. Not always, but more times it is. But at the same time, if those light novel long-ass titles are being adopted and being picked up by studios, then there's clearly something about that works, or the work is good enough to go past that, you know? Let's try Bravo again. Run. That's Bravo here with the right here at the step. Yeah, better know the two beforehand. Exactly. But that's the hard part about marketing. Because marketing is just a fancy way of promoting shit. Because if your book is famous enough, or the title's so cool, like you call it like the curse, like the Count of the Curse of the Romanian Vampire, Dracula. Simple shit. Beauty and the Beast. The B and the B, the consonants works. To me, Bold was about Nikola Tesla biopic about. Well, no one remembers Bold. Bold came out on that weird thing where it was Disney trying to do CG, but it wasn't shit. At least people thought Chicken Little was shit, so it wasn't terrible at Chicken Little. But it also wasn't good like Meet the Robinsons. So every other 3D endeavor up until Frozen is more or less forgotten. So it literally is Chicken Little, Meet the Robinsons, Frozen. And you wonder why it's called the second Disney Renaissance, even though it's only 2 fucking movies. Frozen and Zootopia. Yeah, those 2 movies came out and people were already like, we're in a Renaissance! I'm like, you need more than 2 movies. And Frozen 2 came out and that wasn't good at all. Even they admitted they had no plans for a fucking sequel. The Road to El Dorado was one of the actual road moves. Yeah. And to be fair, that also does work, because the Road to El Dorado kind of tells you in what you're in for. Even if it's not an actual road to series, it has similar expectations to a point.
Fight!
Totally not actually, bro. Perfect actually reminds me of this. And like when people say retro-inspired games, like, oh, retro games have pixels like this, so if I just put my drawing in a pixelate it, it's retro, right? No, there are certain conventions, but the term works well enough because they give a ballpark idea of what to expect. To eat the meat! But I don't remember being Tangled being part of that Renaissance. Wait, hold on, wait. Why did you tell me it's fucked? Because I remember the Renaissance term specifically coming out when Frozen and Zootopia did. Specifically then. I'm aware, I remember seeing Wreck-It Ralph, but I don't remember that being hailed as part of the Disney Renaissance. Unless I'm just not aware with the Renaissance, the second Renaissance, the supposed second Renaissance includes Tangled and Wreck-It Ralph to my knowledge. I could be wrong about it. Because I said they didn't have good films, but a lot of people just think of it like this dark era, we had a couple of bangers, and then the new good shit. You know, I could be wrong about how it's going on. I'll be wrong. Kevin Klein beat his kids like with only like Bing Crosby. You better watch out, Frozen Orange. You better watch out, you better watch out, you better watch out. Oh my god. Food. Did you see motion? Michael, grab him. Ooh! Ooh! Radish to the foot. Yeah, Crimson, yes. The first Disney Renaissance was after Oliver and Company, and they started with The Little Mermaid all the way up until Hunchback, or the very latest Tarzan. That whole gap is the Disney Renaissance. Because most importantly, it was consistent. But people were saying that as soon as you got to Frozen and Zootopia, specifically those 2, that was the beginning of a second Disney Renaissance. Again, Tangled and Wreck-It Ralph were great films, but you also have films that were kind of like in the middle, like Frankenweenie. And then some other not so good ones like Robert Zemeckis' Mars Needs Moms. So it was too spotty then to be considered a second Renaissance. What I'm saying is that people just have this idea of like what it could be, what should be, ballparking things, and the Renaissance for Disney for some reason just like that. 89 to 99. Fantasia on a whole on the range is the experimental Disney. Yep, it's experimental. The hardest part with Home on the Range is that, again, it came out the same year that fucking Incredibles came out. I liked Home on the Range, but I like Incredibles more. And it's not fair to compare them to apples to apples. It's not because one's 2D, one's 3D. Hell, they wanted to do The Incredibles in 2D with that credit sequence animation style, according to Brad Bird. The hard part was simply that you're comparing a silly quasi-musical concept. I mean, to be fair, the villain has yodeling hypnosis powers. That's the thing. It's a comedy, and it's Disney. People think of it for kids. Now you have the studio that brought you Cars, the studio that brought you Bugs Life, the studio that brought you Toy Story and Toy Story 2, and they're bringing out a superhero thing. It's a comedy with action, so that's going to sell more because it's two good genres versus one. And then it's a bit more serious, a bit dark. It's something for kids and adults to come back and watch 2 years later. It's a film for everyone in terms of respect versus, you know, being a comedy about cowboys and yodeling bandits, you know. So by the default, on the premise alone, superheroes, it was gonna sell more than anything else. Oh shit, who am I pick? Let me play as Mark 2. And then I'll put her against the original. Because Mexican Carol is Disney. I saw that one in 3D. I remember that one. Well, because Roger Rabbit is a damn good film. Just the reason why it's technically not part of that council is one, it was Touchstone even though it was Disney Studios, but two, it's animation live action hybrid. So some people would argue that it doesn't count because it's not fully animation. But it does make sense given that that was a really expansive experimental film that was a humongous risk, a humongous gamble, and it still is paying Disney dividends back to where it hasn't been taught. Like, I like Space Jam, and I love fucking Back in Action more. But as far as you know, the way they integrated it adds a slight edge charge. But then again, when you also have all those bigger named characters like Betty Boop and Donald Duck and Daffy Duck all in the same IP, it's easier to sell the illusion that you have only like one IP. And of course, Jessica. Not because she's hot tier waifu, but because the animator made her like impossibly cartoony because he said, I don't want people thinking I rotoscope/slice this stuff. I'm gonna make it so impossibly cartoony thin that you knew I drew this shit myself. And he fucking nailed the assignment. He didn't have to, he could have brought her with realistic proportions. But he chose to go crazy. And it fucking paid off. I am just so confused right now with the design of the same. Home Range got a reevaluation? I don't think it's gotten a reevaluation. Because people are kind of like, they don't talk about it. It's either, it's diehard fans that accept it's never going to be accepted, because people are like, it's a film, it's a movie, the other day.
Phase 2. Go!
Yeah, it's about the integration of the animation, not necessarily the quality of the film. The quality of films, though, I would have to say, I personally would say Roger Rabbit is on the scene, and it would be on equal footing with Back in Action for a completely different reason, because one's playing the tunes, human concept completely straight, the other one's playing the tune concept completely in a satire of that style, as well as some like blockbuster. Space Jam, yeah, if you think about Space Jam, you're not gonna like Space Jam. I mean, I like it, but I'm not gonna be able to convince my kids to like Space Jam. They're not gonna like it. 290s film. The way Devils, just that tag team's creepy in a good way.
Phase 3. Shake it out.
It's a bit about the god of the Ulan Shuki. Because in English, that phrase has a very similar meaning. Because think about it, what do you have to do to feel the wrath of the creator god of the world? You will learn what it means to command when the person who created the world has to commit divine intervention. Because that's also how I think you would just say it. You will feel the wrath of God, feel the wrath of Shao Kahn. That's just how you would say it in the other culture. When you mean that, you know what I mean? Like, even though meaning-wise you have the same intention, it's just not how you would say it naturally. Let me go to care select quickly. I'm just tempted to open up my snack or not. Let's see here. Register on FP Digital, found by Vtubers. They started working on a proper sequel years ago. Hold on, give me 1 second here. 1 second here. Alright, you reminded me of this crazy because I have a book here. Called Jitsu Kotowaza Shinji-ten. So what this is basically it's a book of Japanese proverbs. Some are simple, like only 4 kanji big, some are big ones. But something what they'll do is they'll actually have a Kotowaza proverb, and then they'll have one in English that is the closest approximation to how you use it in real life. So for example, they have one here called Gosho ga daiji. You're saying, so basically it's like saying that like it's very important for the afterlife. The afterlife is very important, literally. It's a big matter, big concern. But in English, they say, according to this book, we would translate it as the best way to travel is towards heaven. Things like that. Let's see if I can find another one in this little booklet here for a second. Some of these are like weird English, but like tatami no ue no kega. So like danger exists on top of the tatami mats, which if you're in the English world you don't use tatami mats. So the version have the older English saying like I don't even think it's that popular anymore. Danger is the next neighbor to security. So like you can't have security without the security can only exist in the need in the case of danger. Like you can't, like you don't need to be, there's no danger, you don't need security, kind of thing. Let me see if I can find one more here that's a bit more like actual English. Okay, this one's gonna be kind of a long one, but funny. Last one that'll play a couple more matches. I'm turning to a Japanese lesson. Mateba kairo no. So it's kind of like something you have to wait up by the waterways when it's all filled up. But in English, you would translate the whole thing into just the calm before the storm. Or as they put here, a storm comes a calm. After a storm comes a calm. So yeah. So sometimes like the literal translation of it isn't even the same, but it would carry the same meaning in the translated or localized phrase. So, okay, here, each takes content first or not. Game developers, for the arcade developers, trying to fund a game exclusively for their arcade board, the X Arcadia. From Japan, I've been getting played the chance for the games they made. Perfect, super fun. The Gogi system is a charming idea. Alright. Let's do a couple more matches. be one of the shorter streams today. Maybe a longer one tomorrow. I don't know. You guys may have a life. Huh? Go here to. I'll probably do like 2 or 3 more. Oh, it took so long it took to reload. Oh shit. Let's pick Cerberus. Hopefully again. Excellent on anyone trying to get to put games on main. Someone's gonna. The answer is simple. You just have to demake that stuff on a PlayStation 1. So unless you really care about sprite quality, you need this much. Stream them up tomorrow? Yeah, I got tomorrow off because I had yesterday a work event.
Are you ready? Phase 1. Shake it out. Hey!
What? You just threw me into the sun. Yeah, this is like an arc to be the fucking French bread game. That's how I can describe it. When you play it's fun, be a fool's guy. Well, sometimes it's how it works. Like, what was it? Like in America, where they had Toonami come back for 1 day. Once the response was so positive, they actually brought back Toonami for the weekend. Let me start saving. Like the Yakuza game that's the full RPG. Yeah, if the response is big enough and popular enough, they'll do it. But most importantly, people actually bought that shit. And I think the devs kind of realized with Yakuza that they had to change the gameplay to keep it fresh. And so think about it. I mean, to be fair, you still have Judgment, and Judgment is still a subset of the Yakuza series. Still have that old school real-time action element people like. So it's not, they're not completely abandoning one audience for the other. Buy X and buy the games, and then start ending up online. I have a gun! Use the fucking gun! Use the damn gun, you piece of shit!
Showtime!
Wait. Alright, we got it. We use the gun. Keep forgetting all the special moves in this game because like just never like the right input for them. Okay. Yeah. Do you have the original Judgment or do you have the new Judgment? The original one only came out at launch because one of the actors got in controversy for having marijuana, and so when they did the re-release of Judgment, they removed him and had a new actor take his spot. But Japan doesn't play no shit with marijuana. They don't. Now it's like Kai Kisuke, yeah. Oh no, cause no, I'm not saying it was the OG. I'm not saying that. I mean, when they did the re-release of the original Judgment for PS5 and all that stuff. Past the point, they took out the original actor who was caught marijuana and replaced him with a different actor. Just pretty hard when it comes to drugs. Yeah, it's not like China where it was, Jackie Chan's son technically has a free pass because Jackie promised to be like a CCP shield to get him out of trouble. Or America where it's like, oh yeah, Snoop Dogg is that weed real on the show? He gives that shit-eating grin. I'll probably do 2 more fights. I am still mad this motherfucker does not play like Bobobo. I was hoping he would play like fucking Bobobo, but he isn't. I'll play Unkagari this one time. Let's go against him. Somebody found out they've ever done drugs all of the race in history. Well, to be fair, also I think could have been part of it was the casting agency. Because the casting agency was very anal about the rights of the actor, which is why Yakuza did not get a PC port for fucking years. People are like, put on PC, and then let's say about like, the actors and actresses who don't consent to like having their bodies modded, and like, well then don't put the game on PC, and the company for the longest time was like, okay, well just follow your advice, you won't put the fucking game on PC. And Yakuza was the only time I think they reversed that decision, and it wound up being such a financial success, they just said, nah, you gotta be careful with this. So it's hard as hell to mod, but, they take a chance.
さあ終わらせようか。
真なのか
It's that most people who like drugs don't add anything, you know. Like everyone who's smoking drug was like a fucking like a Nicholas Tesla kind of guy, or a John Romero kind of guy. People don't care. But not to mention that it smells awful too. Oh, little cute little back pig things. Oh shit! I'm down here. But you're not most people, you know? Most people smoke because it's like how drinking was, like it was a cool thing, it was kind of forbidden, but not quite. If you need it for medical reasons, or you are a psychological anti-motherfucker and help you calm down, I get it. How you be productive with small things, should you relax, enjoy? Fine, yeah. But unfortunately, I met people who literally have unironically become full-on baked potatoes. And the whole life is just hitting that blunt. And Japan, obviously. Yeah, again, most people, that's a problem. Yeah, Colorado's the big one. That was a big thing.
Phase 2.
I'm a giraffe.
Shake it out.
Let's get him, come on. You'll make me the whole person on. Exactly. I'm just saying, bro. The difference between alcoholism and being addicted to weed, you know you can tell the difference. Is that when you're alcoholic, people tell you that it's no good for you, and then when you're with weed, people are like, it's not that bad, man. Just like, now, if you're not being productive and you're baking your whole life away, that's a problem. In your entire personality? Oh god, no, I'm out of Corcade tokens. I cannot appease this man.
Phase 3. Go!
I'll do one more fight with the cross-dresser. He plays too much of my natural instincts in fighting me. I paused my game to watch you in your t-shirt. Oh my god. That's terrible. Love it. I would buy that. But you gotta have something really fucked up, like Zelda, like Link or Mario, you know, their paws and like you see like their clothes are gone and leave a skeleton. It's like I paused my game to watch the stream. No! He's so close! Don't. I cannot say I'm Seth Rogen. I used to like him, but that was before I started really pushing him. Once, like, he was okay, like one film, like every so often. But once he became a producer, he got ungodly unbearable. And then he really started just playing that one character over and over and over again. Like, I didn't hate him in This Is the End. I didn't hate him in the Interview. I didn't hate him in the first Neighbors movie, you know? I thought he was okay in those. Or, of course, you know, was it Knocked Up? Yeah, Knocked Up, yeah, that was the one. But he was like Adam Sandler, you know, an actual character. But the difference is that I can stand Adam Sandler's same character more than I can stand Seth Rogen's character. Might be a last fight if I win. Is it worse? Satanic equals great? Oh god, bro. You had unbearable Seth Rogen with the unbearable Sarah Silverman. Again, she was okay in Evolution. She was okay in Wreck-It Ralph of all fucking things. But when you have two of them be unbearable and that's their default setting and it's supposed to be a comedy, nah. Is the worst thing happen in Hollywood? It's the worst thing happen, like, in what sense? Like, their quality? Because now, thanks to social media, you have all these other indie filmmakers that can come up. So in the case, of, you know, ruining their success, it's also the worst thing that's happened to them. But you gotta pick and choose. Are you willing to take this shit? And hopefully that the bangers make better, and that the indie films get better? Or do you want to go back to just the 90s and roll back the clock? It's a fair question I gotta ask. Santa's Ink was funny about Schindler's List. Be careful who you ask that question to. You're gonna get that fucking contrarian guy to be funny. It's like, you mean it wasn't a comedy? I wasn't supposed to? No, I didn't actually laugh at that shit. But you know, you're gonna find that one asshole who's gonna say that shit just to piss you off. Flowers in Hollywood that Ford could ever imagine. Joe bought out old internet? Yeah.
Phase 1. Shake it out.
I'm with a controversy. Is Hermes the most beautiful lady from JoJo that it never had? I know we got Lisa and Jolene, but I don't know. They might take a lead. Not Catherine, Hermes. The actual lady. Oh shit, she got me. Quit mid-ranging me, damn it! Fuck you. That was some bullshit. I had to spam the film. No! She got me! I have to, I'm gonna die. American Bill was probably the first attempt to put on the mask. Smokin'!
Phase 2.
Flintstones, we're part of a genocide, Bonnie. A fucking comic with hyper-realism Flintstones. Come on! Stop! How to grab, how to grab. I don't remember how to grab. I just cannot grab him fast enough. Oh, it's a whip, not a sword. Come on. Come on, grab it. Come on. Give me the X move. Oh, I wasted that shit. Fuck. You get me? Well, it's waiting for me to do something crazy, but it's not gonna happen. I think I have it cornered. Oh fuck, I ran into that. Put in range! No, no! Oh, no, no, no! I mean, how I shielded from that. No! Oh, come on! I pushed my luck with that one. Shit! Alright, one more. Canada isn't trying. Oh, Canada just is like, yeah, with cross-dresser? Hey, I can live with that. Be honest, man. That feeling when Catherine is doing the lady thing a lot better than fucking Poison from Street Fighter is supposedly. You know how the way that wonky canonicity thing is. So, oh shit. Okay. I gotta get him. Come on, get me. Oh, he's trying to lure me in, the goddamn AI. I missed my fucking hitbox. She tricked me into getting out in the open. God damn you. Lucy! You bitch! Probably wants a rematch. Farmers like it's gone on long enough. I'll take the loss. You rock the bra better. You rock the bra better. We lost Red Hot Rabbit, now return to creator series Gary K. Wolf. Yeah, the only thing about that is that, again, when it comes to copyright, there's trademark, and then there's the copyright. Copyright is the actual name of the character, trademark is the likeness. It's why I just can't say, I'm selling you a Superman comic, and Superman looks completely fucking different, because you have to own the trademark too. So I'm not sure if Gary Wolf owns the trademark likeness, which is like the logos and everything, to Roger Rabbit, including Jessica's design, or if he was able to use them in his books on the covers with the permission of Disney and its publishing companies. Because if he owns the rights to Jessica's likeness and Roger's likeness, fuck everyone else, he's got the two most important characters. But if he doesn't, he may have to actually reuse his older designs or have to reinvent a new design. Because the Disney now isn't the same Disney as it was back in the day. And if anything, they probably make some fucking CalArts goddamn crap, which would defeat the entire point. Yeah, so, but anyway, guys, give me your closing thoughts on this, whether it be Roger Rabbit or this game in general, because I think how I feel this for the day. Questions or economies go. The sexuality fighting game. Boys and one girl with Catherine in it. Let me know if anybody here wants it, bruh. That's one hell of a closing thought to end on. To see how many they can name. Oh, sure. Sure. Are you smarter than a 5th grader kind of type? Oh my god. Apple, bro. Thanks again for sending me the video on Code Chaos last night, so we can do this stream. Appreciate it. No more closing thoughts? I guess. There was another. Excuse me, what? Exactly. I'll see you guys in VC. I won't explain anything. This is Shibo signing off. Take care. Raise those fucking horns and be careful with cosplayers. You never know, there could be a literal missile in their underwear.